Gemini, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July, early August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Geminis out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's see what's going on. My guides, talk to me about Gemini in late July, early August. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock. Let's see what we got for Gemini on the front end, my guides. Talk to me. Nice and quick, please. There it is. Okay, so this is a very dreamy type of card to show up in the front end. There's also this connection with time elapsing or waiting. So for some of you, it could be something connected with time and how it moves for you. Before we fully get into that, because that's a complex card, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So if you look at the imagery here, you see this woman, she's like in some sort of meditative yoga type of pose. So since there's an etheric background, there's water, there's all sorts of stuff happening here. I do think of the imagination, the dream state. For some of you, it could be issues regarding sleep that are very prominent in this time. If not, your mind could be extra fruitful. Now that could be a very good thing. I've been seeing that with a lot of other signs, where you could just be full of ideas in this time, or just like really good ideas, or your brain is firing on all cylinders. But that could also go the other way as well. You might be overthinking, you might be daydreaming a little too much when this card shows up. But another big active energy here, you see that big clock up at the top. And whenever I see that in a beginning card, I do say that time might be playing an effect in whatever it is you're going through. Pardon me, for some of you, you might feel like you've been waiting on something, or you're just waiting on something to happen. For a portion of you, maybe time is moving quick. Like you just turned your head and like, okay, it's already going into August. Where did all the time go? So I do say that time is very personal like that. Sometimes it feels like it's dragging. Sometimes it feels like it's on a roller coaster moving super fast. But for some of you, it could either be waiting or feeling like you're wasting time, or it's slipping away in some sort of way. But very imaginative too. Let's get into tarot. I don't want to spend too much time there. As you can see, like this card, since it's so deep, it could go in so many different directions. But yeah, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. I'm going to get you 3 of these in the upright before we get that intuitive juiciness flowing. So let's shuffle it up one time here for you, Gemini. Let's see what we got, my guides. What's up with Gemini here? And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. Very interesting. It was titled A Big Revelation. And I felt like for a lot of Geminis, things could have started making sense with whatever situations you were dealing with. There were a lot of aha moments, eureka moments, dots connecting. So for some of you, that could still be the case. That could really go through for the next couple of weeks, where things are coming to the surface. Things are starting to make sense. What was once concealed is now revealed. So let's get you 3 cards and see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards. Thank you. All right, big sword energy. I've been seeing this all over the zodiac this week, my friends. We got the Knight of Swords leading us off. Okay, so we're starting with a bang of some sort, but right next to that Knight of Swords, we got the Page of Swords. Okay. This is going to be an interesting play of energy, because these are similar but on completely different levels. Let's get you 1 more, and we'll really start to push deeper with this spread. Thank you. So you see the mental energy, all people here. So your third card is the King of Wands here, getting something under control. And you know what I always say, when we mix the elements, we have to see how they play with each other. So let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, what I notice, obviously, is these are all court cards. Sometimes that's a little difficult to decipher in a reading when it's like all people. For some of you, that could just represent lots of powerful different energies affecting you and pulling you in different ways in this time. But it could also represent literal people. Okay, now notice we got 2 cards of the air suit. That's your element. That's something you are very much comfortable with. We have fire. When you mix fire and air, that's going from the realm of idea into action. It's combustible. So this could be combustible in a good way, but it could also be a little out of hand. So let's go through one by one and really start to break this down. So position number 1, we have the Knight of Swords, one of the fastest moving cards in the whole entire tarot deck. So since this card could represent you or another air sign, so Aquarius, Libra, same could be said for this Page of Swords, this might represent something coming towards you or what you might be feeling. Now, aside from that, this card could represent distance, travel, taking action, making something happen. This is an energy that's moving so fast, it's moving towards something like a rocket. So like it's full speed ahead, let's go. Now, the rough side of this Knight of Swords is that it could sometimes be a little confrontational, like it's going into battle. So with the fire-air combination, all the people, you're going to want to watch out for stuff like that. We'll see when we get to the clarifiers, because it could be very simple, but we are starting with a bang. We're starting with a lot of action and movement. I don't yet want to say volatility. I don't really want to go that route just yet. But moving to the second position, we got the Page of Swords. Very similar to the Knight, except this one isn't as mature. So when we see this could represent you now, the Knight. This could represent you in the past. Two different people on different maturity levels. That's a big thing that could be represented here. So this one's more mature, this one's not as mature. All pages represent new. They represent learning, students, but they're also communicators. Same could be said with this Knight of Swords. So there's possible lots of talks and communication happening. One thing I always say with the Page of Swords is that it's defensive, it's skeptical, but it's also the watcher of the tarot deck. So there might be something you're keeping an eye on. There might be someone or something keeping an eye on you, having it under a microscope. So whether it's a situation or whether it's a literal person, we'll just have to see. But like I said, there's a lot of possible people showing up in this week's spread. Like people. You could be very popular in this time. That's the best way I could put it. Now moving to the back end, we got the King of Wands. Now this could represent a fire sign, obviously. So we're talking Aries, Leo, Sag. And kings represent control of their respective suit. As you can see, we have almost the whole family out here. We're only missing a queen. But the King of Wands is generally trying to keep things under control or directing their energy in positive places. So when I see this card, this could be Spirit asking you to direct your actions or direct your energy in a more positive place. Don't waste your energy on things. Put it into things that matter, or conserve it when this card shows up. But the fact that we have all this air, now we got this fire, things could, I don't want to say get messy, but things could get a little volatile, and we'll just have to see what's up. Now, the King of Wands is good at keeping things or calming things down. That's a good thing with this energy. It could sometimes be a peacemaker, or if things were getting out of hand, this could clamp it down. So whether it's situations you're dealing with or literal individuals, we're just going to have to see. So I want to dive deeper, Gemini. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. See what's going on, my guides. And yes, Gemini, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Swords. Let's see what this action, this movement, what all this gusto is about. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Gemini, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Swords time. Let's go. How's this Knight of Swords here? Thank you. Okay, yeah, this could be someone who's like, yeah, I'm tired of waiting. I'm not waiting no more. My patience has run thin. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like it's one of two main things. Either it's someone whose patience has worn thin and they're like, all right, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to take action. I'm going to keep pushing. For a portion of you, if this is representing you, like maybe you're feeling a little off kilter, like maybe there's something making you feel like you're off balance in some sort of way. But when I see the Two of Pentacles in reverse, that screams to me, especially under the Knight of Swords, of somebody possibly making a misjudgment or a possible mistake. So we'll see how it plays out here, like somebody acting before they think, somebody being a little, like I said, a little volatile, a little spontaneous. It makes sense when we have the fire here on the back end. So I feel like it's one of those few things. Either one, you might just be in a time where there's a lot of ups and downs. This could be someone whose patience has run thin and they're going to do something and they're going to do it soon. Or it's somebody who makes a misjudgment or a miscalculation, and that could be a mistake, right? This could be someone who acts before they think and they make a mistake. Okay, so beware of that in the coming days and weeks. Let's go in on that Page of Swords. No need to overtalk it, right? That's only a part of the story. So why is that Page of Swords here? Please and thank you. Yeah, the deck is jumpy. It wants to talk to you. Why is this Page of Swords here for Gemini? Thank you. Yeah, another 2, but this one in the upright. Now this is someone doing the complete opposite. Whereas this one is very spontaneous. This one's a little more calculating. Okay, so maybe you have 2 possible choices, 2 possible directions, or 2 possible ways to handle some sort of situation. The 2 of Wands, I also have to represent with the repeating numbers. Watch out for repeating numbers in this times. Signs, synchronicities, omens from spirit. Now, the 2 of Wands is generally someone who might be at a crossroads or fork in the road. They decide, do I go left? Do I go right? And like I said, whereas this energy is like, yeah, I'm done thinking, I'm done waiting, I'm going to act, I'm going to do it now. This one feels very much more calculated, like calmed. Like, I'm just going to wait, I'm going to play this out, I'm going to see how it goes. So maybe you're in that mode where you go from like patience to impatience, or for a portion of you with the 2 Wands and the Page of Swords, it's like, okay, I'm going to react. I'm going to wait for them to make a move. Okay, so maybe that's something like if someone around you's acting a little funny, maybe Spirit's asking you to be more reactive than active. Okay, because I am possibly seeing some sort of sticky situation, especially if someone makes some sort of mishap or a mistake in the front end. And I'm not feeling the same energy in the center. Like, these are complete opposites. Okay, so we're going to keep pressing forward to the Knight of Wands. I don't feel like this is, and I will say this as well, this is a planner with the 2 of Wands. So maybe there is someone that you're connected to that is strategizing, that's planning. I did say this one's a little more calculated, whereas this one's action-based. This one is like, okay, I'm going to wait till everything's just right before I make a move, take an action. So it could be somebody strategizing and planning for sure. So let's see what's up with that King of Wands. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. So why is that King of Wands here for my Geminis, please? Okay. Page of Cups in reverse, huh? More people. Water sign energy showing up now. Page of Cups in reverse. This is like an ignoring type of energy or not wanting to talk to someone. For a portion of you might feel like something or someone just isn't worth the trouble. Same for a cross watcher. With the Page of Cups in reverse, this could talk about communication issues and stuff like that. 2 people being on a completely different page. So when we're talking about talks and conversation, which I've been seeing since the very beginning, especially with all these people, this could be a talk that can get a little out of hand. If this isn't ignoring and all the stuff I already said, this can be like some sort of explosive talk that just gets a little crazy, gets a little out of hand. So just beware in the coming days and weeks, especially with all these individuals, all these people, all these competing energies. There might be certain conversations or topics that spin out of hand and get very explosive, very much heated up with this Page of Cups in reverse. But like I said, maybe there's just someone where you're like, okay, and maybe it's better if I don't talk. Maybe it's better if I don't say something. Okay, maybe this is too much trouble or more trouble than it's worth. I mean, that's what I'm feeling here, my friends. Like I said, it could be your energy, somebody else's. This could be something that's coming up. But once again, I'll say there's a lot of court cards, a lot of people here, a lot of communication. So there's competing energies all over the place. Let's go through and do a quick little recap, because I know I was given a lot of different messages. Then we'll get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we're starting off with action. We have the Knight of Swords with the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I said that could be a few main things. You might feel a little off kilter or off balance in this time, lots of ups and downs. But a big thing I was getting here is someone is like, yeah, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm not going to be patient. I'm going to act. I'm going to act now. Another vibe here was that of somebody acting before they think as well. So beware of mistakes in this time. Getting to the center, we have the Page of Swords with the 2 of Wands in the upright, completely separate. Like I said, so this one is action-based, this one's more plan-based. So there could be someone you're connected to that's strategizing, planning something, thinking before they act, waiting for the right opportunity for something. And that's just a big vibe I'm getting. Just watch, like you might be under someone's microscope in some sort of way. But this one is much calmer and let's wait and see type of energy. Getting to the back end, we have the King of Wands with the Page of Cups in reverse. So yes, this could be somebody that you're not speaking to, someone you're ignoring. And it could also just be big communication issues. But like I said, with all these people, all these competing energies and talks, this could be an explosive talk happening where things spin a little out of hand. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you 1 shadow card here, Gemini. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Interesting reading, but like I said, when we get a lot of court cards, these are energies that tend to compete with each other. So let's see what's in the shadows for Gemini, please. And I always like to pull one shadow card at the end of every reading. I feel like it's a nice introspective thing to do. So let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. It's using the Shadowland Tarot. I always feel like this imagery is perfect for this type of work. So what's in the shadows for Gemini, please? Thank you. Okay, we have the Seven of Wands, huh? Okay. Maybe some of you feel like you're in a very trying time right now when the Seven of Wands shows up. This is also a card that could represent somebody feeling cornered or imprisoned in some sort of way, like you left me no choice type of energy, or you're forcing my hand. Another vibe when I see the Seven of Wands, pardon me, is it's a card where someone feels like it's them against the world. When they clear one hurdle, one obstacle, another one pops up in its place. So this could be Spirit asking you to be a little bit more determined about something. Like, hey, see it through. Don't give up. Don't stop fighting. That could be a very good thing with the positives of this card. However, like I said, it could be someone who's feeling a little cornered or imprisoned by something in some sort of way. So I would say try to keep determination about you and not give up on something when this is a shadow card, because there may have been times in the past where you did, where you gave up on something a little too early. So yeah, that's what I have for you this week, Gemini. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month in August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.